Hola, 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 Bafeto. Welcome back. Welcome to Dibalin Football Channel. We are back again, man. We speak Kaizer Chiefs, we speak transfers. And yeah, it's a transfer wrap-up. We know that transfer window closed the 1st of August, and there was a lot of activities, activities, especially with Kaizer Chiefs, a lot of activities with Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, almost all other teams, man. There's also transfer of teams from one town, from one province to another, from one owner to another. So it's been one of the busiest. You can see in Europe, one of the busiest. You saw the movement of Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Lukaku, the big players, they moved, man. And yeah, I think we're going to speak about the transfers, the wrap-up, what you think about, the transfer activities, the transfer, how Kaizer Chiefs, engaged into this transfer, window. We know we didn't have the liberty to participate in the previous transfer because we're banned by FIFA. But right now, 9 players in, man, and a lot of players out. We need to speak about that. Mostly, I'm interested in what you think about it. It's an international break. Before we get into the transfers, an international break. South Africa is going to play Zimbabwe and Ghana. Playing Zimbabwe tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. It's a FIFA World Cup qualifying games. It's going to be a tough one for Kaizer Chiefs, for Bafana Bafana. It's going to be a tough one for Hugo Bros. And we know, as you know, with Ghana, they don't compromise when it comes to World Cup qualifying games. And Zimbabwe right now, look at their national team, the way it looks, the complexion. You can see players from Europe. You can see good players that are playing in PSL. And I'm worried about South Africa, to be honest. I think we're going to have to dig deep and grind harder. But yeah, man, there's changes. There's a new coach. Hugo Bros is bringing in young players. Under 23 players, most of under 23 players, you see Mahopa, Mabiliso, Blom, and other young players into that squad. But there's also changes in terms of the captaincy. Ronan Williams back as a keeper and as a captain right now, and Tau promoted as a vice captain. So a lot of stuff is happening. I'm interested. The leaving behind of Thabo is a bit more worrying for me. I think even if you are picking a young squad, you need to blend it properly. Player like Thabo is the best player in the league. He's the best player in the league by far, especially South African player. To leave him behind raises a lot of questions, but we don't know, man. We don't know what this coach is bringing in. We know that it was good with coached Cameroon. He did well with Cameroon, but with South Africa, it's a different ball game, and I'm concerned. Hopefully, Bafana, we come up with points. Otherwise, yeah. The other thing that I want to speak about is players of Kaizer Chiefs that are called into the national team. Njabulo Ngobo called lately. Njabulo Blom called. Bruce Vuma, Tabane Dube, Sbusiso Mabiliso. Also, you have Akpe called in Nigeria, and then Kama called in Zimbabwe. But I'm more interested around the Kaizer Chiefs players. You see, majority of these players that are called into the national team are not playing in Kaizer Chiefs. They are bench warmers in Kaizer Chiefs. They are sitting out, and they are competing against other South African players in Kaizer Chiefs, which are not called into the national team. So it's quite interesting. I don't know. I'd like to really hear from you the situation around the Kaizer Chiefs players. Tabane Dube, bench, Njabulo Ngobo bench, Mabiliso bench since played for Amazulu and the under 23. And these are players that are playing in the national team. But when it comes to local football, they are on the bench, benched by Mato, benched by Cardoso and the likes. So think about it, man. What you think about it? Tell me what's your opinion about it. I know Gavin Hunt said that he's trying to get players to adjust into the team, into the culture of the team. But you have national team players here that are not playing in the club, that are not enjoying club football, but are now called into the national teams. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. What does it say about South African football? And speedy recovery. There are news around Katsande that he was attacked by someone, badly injured, but he managed to escape the incident, or managed to survive the incident, the attack, and he could even take the registration of the car. And the perpetrator is arrested. He's gonna face court. I hope speedy recovery for Kitoko Makasi, captain of Kaizer Chiefs, player of Kaizer Chiefs for 10 years, a soldier of Kaizer Chiefs. Right now, I think is recovering, man. He's a warrior. We know him. He's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's playing for Sekhukhune, and a speedy recovery to the man. Speedy recovery to the man. Want to speak about transfers? Chelsea, perfect transfer. Dealings with Chelsea. Lukaku in, Sol Niguez in, Ruben Loftus-Cheek remained, and I think Sarr also, Malang Sarr remained. And you can see what is happening with Chelsea. The puzzle is complete. Thomas Tuchel is the best, I think, team in England right now. If not second to Pep, of course. But that team of Chelsea, man, I don't know where is its weakness. Even on the bench, on the field, the team is complete with Sol Niguez from Atletico Madrid. I think we're going to have a tough one. I'm a Chelsea fan, of course. And when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, really more interested in what you think. Players that are out: Zulu, Ntiya Moliko, Katsande, Peterson, and then we have Kelitos Farmer out on loan, Darrell Macheke, Lesako, Rorwana, Lebumukwena, Chopane, and I think Sizotala and Chibidi. Most of these players are young players from the development. Tiberi out, I think his is not even loan, is out completely. And these are players that also were brought in, the time Kaizer Chiefs are struggling. We know Bolsako, we know Darrell Macheke. And now they are released. Kaizer Chiefs brought in 9 players: Dube, Ngobo, Mabiliso, Peterson, Nange, Alexander, Hlant, Dolly, and Sekhukhune. Very good signings. We've seen some of them participating. Playing the past 2-3 games of Kaizer Chiefs, and I'm impressed, man. Dolly, Sekhukhune, Hlanti, there's a solid Kaizer Chiefs team out there, But I don't know what to think about Kaizer Chiefs, transfer activities. First of all, the release of almost all the development players of Kaizer Chiefs, and now the development players that are remaining in Kaizer Chiefs, we know they are on bench. Ngobo is on bench. Khatebe is benched. I don't know what's the plan with the coach. In the midfield of the park, we released Tibedi. We remain with Nange 29, Alexandra 32, 33, if I'm not mistaken. Agay, Antonio Akuma Gay, and this guy from Australia, Bacchus. And the age group of these guys, 28 upwards, 28, I think 29 upwards, and a serious concern according to me. The centre back of Kaizer Chiefs also, if you count out Ngeza who's on injury, all of them is 28 years upwards. Mato Cardoso 30s, and then you have 28, 29 with Dube and Ngobo. So striking force of Kaizer Chiefs also old guys. I don't want to lie. I want to mention these old guys, and I want us to think about what about continuity, what about long-term plans of Kaizer Chiefs, what about the team after Stuart Baxter, because we know things can happen, the coach can leave. Kama's old, Castro's old, Nukovic 29, 30, and then 28 in terms of Dolly, Sekhukhune 24, still young, Zuma 26 right now, still young, but you look at the complexion of the team, you can see that the age group of Kaizer Chiefs probably is around 29. If you can check the age average of Kaizer Chiefs, maybe around 29 to 30. And it's an old squad. The goalkeeping team also is old. And I don't know what you think about it. We know 2015, the last time Stuart Baxter coach Kaizer Chiefs, we had a squad, very solid squad, of course, that was grinding, that was winning. But look at the age group and look at what happened when Stuart Baxter left. And we know Morgan Gold, we had Tifo Mashamaite, we had Yeye Shabalala, Kune. Those were strong guys, to be honest, but it was just one team. When Stuart Baxter leaves, and the team that is only suitable for Stuart Baxter's, philosophy, when he leaves nothing. Look at what is happening in Europe, man. Look at, if Klopp can leave Liverpool, he's going to leave a team. Obviously, I know Liverpool team is a bit old, but it's going to leave a team that can win the following season. This is what Pep has been doing in other leagues. So what Thomas Tuchel is doing. This is how coaches do, according to me. Is that when you leave, you must leave a legacy of it must last for 2-3 seasons. Your team must last. It must still be grinding. Must still be winning. If your team was winning, right now, release a lot of players. Kaizer Chiefs we brought in a lot of players, of course. Release a lot of players, but you look at that team. it's just a solid one team of Stuart Bucks. I don't know what you think about it. Is it a strong team enough to win Kaizer Chiefs Cups? Is it competitive enough to win Kaizer Chiefs Cups? The depth of the team, is it okay? In terms of suitability, in terms of flexibility, I mean, when you want to change tactics, will that team be suitable for that? Will that team, be malleable for that? I don't know. I want to hear from you. And then there were news around the midfield position. Remember, there were links around Mbule, Mukwena, Zoom as well, a little bit of links, and the strong one was Thabo Cele. I think it Times reported on Thabo Cele. Also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bob Pravelile also reported that Thabo Cele is ignored the offers from outside. He wants to sign for Kaizer Chiefs, and his plan is to play for Kaizer Chiefs, still playing for under 23. He's a beast if you don't know him. As a midfield, he's a beast. Very strong, developed in Europe, in Portugal. Not a player that is developed in South Africa. We know development of South Africa with his struggle. And then around the 24th, 25th, after the game, in fact after the Galaxy game, the coach of Kaizer Chiefs comes out. He says the pass will not solve our problems, money will not solve our problems, will not win us games and all that. Literally announcing that Kaizer Chiefs is done, signing. After we knew, having known that Kaizer Chiefs still is left with one signing to be made, more especially in the midfield of the park. And this guy says, no, we don't need anyone. Thabo Cele, now the transfer window is closed. I don't think we'll be able to sign for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know how the situation is going to be, managed. But he's a young guy. There's continuity, there's future. Something to think about, man. To say you don't want that guy, very strong, better than Akumu, better than Bakas. And I can tell you right now, more competent, can be as equally competent with Nange and Cole Alexander if you watch the boy. Still 23. Why do you refuse signing the player? Why not sign the player? I don't know. Personally, I don't know what happened. I can't really get into depth. But also we know that Dumisani Zuma remaining with Kaizer Chiefs. I'm very happy. And Kambole, the situation of Kambole looks like it's still around because he was on transfer list and was offered to teams. Apparently there's no team that is interested, so he's still with Kaizer Chiefs. And what do you think about this, man? What do you think about this? So Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns added in their squad, strong squads, young squads. If you check the squad of Mamelodi Sundowns, the age group, the players that are participating there, yes, there's a proper mixture of the young and the old. But I'm very impressed by Mamelodi Sundowns, man. Very strong team, very strong squad. Orlando Pirates also brought in new players, very strong team already, a very strong team. I think they need to fix there and there. Otherwise, with Kaizer Chiefs, do you think we're going to compete? Do you think we're going to win? Do you think we've done well with this transfer window? Otherwise, I'd like to hear from you. If I get it, I'm gonna respond in the comment section. I'm also gonna respond. I'm gonna if God allows, I'm going to produce another video, continuing with this conversation. Otherwise, from me, wish all the best for Bafana Dibalen Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel, football from the fans' perspective. Love and peace, Bafit. Love and peace, Bafit.